Hey guys, good afternoon. My name is Craig and I'll be teaching you a class for Sporting Wellbeing on behalf of the University of Southampton. So today's class is going to be more of a mobility class and using the classic foam roller. So you kind of want one around this length, so we go down the back of your spine, okay? So you kind of want one this length, would be really ideal if you do. If not, just save this video for the time when you do have one, because it can be really beneficial, okay? So what we're going to look at doing is not necessarily constantly foam rolling. We're going to be looking at increasing the mobility of some of our joints, but in that there will be a little bit of rolling as well, so we might be rolling over some muscles, so you might still get that release what you normally get from foam rolling. Just make sure you do have a fair bit of space around you so you can, get full arm width, okay, and above your head as well. And also make sure you do have some water with you in case it gets too hot as well, alright? So we're all going to get started. We're going to get started with a few upper body mobility sessions, okay? So the first one is going to be, we're going to be lying down with the foam roller, running down our spine, okay? So running down our spine, and we want to be able to rest our back of our head also on the foam roller. So you might want to chivvy forwards quite a bit, okay? So your whole back can be on the foam roller as well as your head. First thing to do, I'll lie down. Try and get the foam roller between my shoulder blades, okay? So just between my shoulder blades. Okay, it might help if you just tilt your hips up. So also just tilt your hip bone towards you and find that position there. And all we're going to do, we're going to start with our arms both by our sides, just off the floor. We're going to take both arms up ahead, overhead, and then back. Now if you get to a point where you can't go any further, then that's fine. But some of us might be able to go a little bit further, aim towards the floor, find a bit of stretch in the chest, and then back towards the front. So trying to keep our hands off the floor, but trying to find that stretch. Some of you might not be able to have this much range of movement, so just go to get to maybe a comfort level of 4 or 5. So just make sure we're relaxing our shoulders as well. Might feel a little bit of pressure on the inside of the shoulder blades. Good, well done. Make sure you're breathing throughout. Okay, this time we're going to have both hands up in the air. Then I'm going to take my right arm down and my left arm back. So this time we're going to be alternating, okay? So we're going to come back into the middle and then repeat. As this class isn't live, you can pause it just to see what I'm doing and then press play again, okay? Good, well done. So again, we might feel a little bit more discomfort in between the shoulder blades. Good, well done. Okay, rest there. Place your hands on your hips. We're staying in position, and this time we're going to do full circles. So we're going to do 10 circles going one way, and then 10 circles going the other way, okay? Now with this one, you might feel, as you come back there, your shoulder blades are going to come together. So you might feel a little bit of discomfort. Again, we want to be able to do it, but we don't want to be forcing anything or creating any more harm. So we want to feel a little bit, but again, probably don't go over pain threshold of about 4, okay? If you go over it, just ease it back a bit, just make sure you're comfortable. Get back into a position, make sure our head is on flat on the foam roller. Just raise your hips up a little bit so we're drawing our ribs into the foam roller. My arms either side. I'm going to bring my hands together, like that, so in together like that, palms touch each other, take it back towards my head, and as I go apart, make a big circle. Now this is where you might feel a little bit of discomfort. So as we back over the head, as we get here, when we take our hands apart and start making a big circle, you might get a little bit of discomfort. But some of you might like the feeling of it. You might get a few clunks and clicks here and there. Good, so this is really good for anyone who's a swimmer, anyone who's a runner, climbers, and everyone in between, okay? If you're a weightlifter, bodybuilder, then you're going to help. And then we'll do a couple more. So when we get there, you're going to be opening up a little bit. And then we're going to do the opposite direction, so we come backwards. Good. That's it, guys. Well done. Keep breathing as we go. Keeping our spine neutral to the foam roller. Good. Okay, let's come up naturally. Good, well done so far. Okay, so next class, the next exercise, what we're going to do, we're going to have the foam roller across our backs, and we're just going to do some thoracic movement, okay? So we're going to just opening up the back a little bit, using our hips to drive through the feet. We're just going to open up our back a little bit, alright? Get the back nice and mobilised. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to have the foam roller completely different angles to what we had a minute ago. So what you want to find almost the middle of your back, okay, the middle of your back. I'm just going to sit back onto it. So what we're looking for is for the foam roller to stay relatively still, okay. So we want the foam roller to stay relatively still. Try and keep your neck in a neutral position to your spine, but nice and relaxed, okay. You're going to start with your arms by your side. And all we're going to do, we're going to pull our arms up over the head, so to drive through the hips, through the feet, and take the arms back, and then back to the front. Okay, so the foam roller should stay relatively still here. Good, well done. Remember to breathe throughout. Good, well done. And as we're foam rolling, we might both feel a little bit of pressure on those muscles, which could be nice and tight. And it might feel quite nice just to go over them. And the good thing about this exercise, if you're feeling tension a little bit higher, up the back or lower, you can readjust the foam roller so that we're targeting those areas. So just, you can inch up and down with the foam roller, just targeting those areas where you might be a little bit more tight, okay? So again, you probably want to do about 10 of those, or if you feel comfortable, do more or less, okay? Remember, this isn't a live video, so do more or less, alright? Okay, so one of my favourite exercises is thread the needle. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to, sometimes you're just doing this without a foam roller, but today we're going to use it with a foam roller. Okay, so I want you to be on your knees, okay, and then one hand is going to be in front of you, but you're going to need it in front of the foam roller. Okay, so going to be up there, just in front of the foam roller. This is because you don't want to run your fingers over, okay? So, this is going to stand up, but sit up onto your knees. We're going to approach the foam roller. You put your hand just in front of it, okay? So your hand is almost like in line with the foam roller, okay? And your shoulder is as well, alright? So the first thing we're going to do is just take our hand, so actually make sure your legs almost like 90 degrees, okay? 90 degrees, nice and relaxed. Make sure your hand is directly below your shoulder. So first we're going to do, we're going to take our hand up to the top, so in a nice straight line. A bit more thoracic movement. And then you go down, and just take the back of your hand across the foam roller, and just try and just drop it down just a little bit. So try and drop your shoulder down just a little bit. And you're going to roll it back into position in line with your hands. Back up. And this way you might feel that you want to like just readjust your hands as such. So you're in line with everything. Good, well done. But if you do 5 on each arm, that is great. And just you try and make it nice and smooth as possible. So you're going to bend the standing elbow just a little bit, just so we get a bit more depth into our shoulder. And again, so you're going to get a bit of roll onto your wrist and forearm, but you're trying to drop that shoulder down, try and increase that movement. Good, well done. Let's do one more. Good, well done. Then we're going to change hands. So hand directly in front of the foam roller. Just get your knees set. Just make sure you're nice and set. So again, so we should be testing our mobility as we come up. Feel a bit of tension in the back. As we come down, place your back of your hand on the foam roller and then just drop down. Good, well done. Remember to breathe. Good, well done. You should feel a bit of a stretch on the arm as well. As you come across, you should feel a bit of stretch in that shoulder, really pushing down. Good, well done. So remember to do 5 on each arm. Good, well done. Well done so far, excellent stuff. Okay, have a bit of drink of water, shake your arms out a little bit, and we're going to go on some more exercises in a second, okay? So what we're going to do next, we're going to be concentrating a bit more on the lower body, and we're going to start off with the hips. So this one is, it's going to be a little bit more foam rolling this, but we're going to be opening up the hip joint and getting the foam roller right underneath a bit. We're just going to move just a little bit back and forth. So we're using our lumbar off the back a little bit, and then just rolling over our hips. And again, if you feel a pain of over 4 or 5, just bring it back a little bit, take it easy. Because we are going to be rolling it. Sometimes you might roll over to your IT band, which can be really painful, but try and find an area which isn't too painful, just so you can still get that movement and that mobility onto the hip, okay? So what you're going to do, we have a foam roller across us again. You get the arm out to the side like that. You want to find the meaty bit in between the hips, okay? Just the hips. And just have your legs, now have your top legs straight and have the bottom leg at 90 degrees if you want to, okay? Okay, so from here, all we're going to do, we're going to take, the movement is basically going to come from our hands. So basically all I'm going to do is just open up my chest up just a little bit, so we're working upper areas too. So from there, I'm going to come over to my front and just push down there onto the hip. Now you might want to move it around just a little bit. So you want it on the meaty bit. So you want to feel a little bit, okay? So it's rolling onto the front. So we're rolling from the front to the back. As we get back, you should be able to feel it a little bit more, okay? Again, if you're not feeling too much, just move it to an area where you might feel there is a whole point of foam rolling. You're trying to find the areas, okay? Open up the chest, and then roll so your hands are aligned with each other. Good. Nice. Excellent. So again, looking at between 5 and 10 on this one, alright? So like I said, we're doing a little bit of mobility in this one, but also rolling a little bit on the muscles. So we're still opening up the hip flexors, but also getting a bit of massage in there as well. So now we're going to change sides. So again, we're going to find that meaty bit in between the hips, the fleshy bit, okay? Opposite arm out. Okay, same again. So just open up the chest just a little bit. So you're going to bring my arm back, roll forward to the sides, and the hands next to each other, just rolling onto it a little bit. Good. Well done. Don't forget to breathe. Good, guys, well done. And again, remember to move it just to really feel the benefits of it. Let's do one more. And again, you're looking at like between 5 and 10 again. Good. Well done so far. Excellent stuff. So the next one, we're going to do some leg scissors, and then we're going to do some glute stretches as well. But also, we're going to stretch the glute, but also trying to free up the hip a little bit on the other side. So we're going to do this one. So we're going to be lying down on this one, okay? So what we want to do, we want to sit on the foam roller, bring your shoulders back onto the mat. Now you want to find a nice place on the foam roller. So just above the glutes but below the back, okay? From here, what you're going to do is you're going to start doing some leg scissors, okay? So as one leg comes up, we're trying to put a little bit of stretch on the hip flexor there, alright? You might hear a couple of pops in the hips there. Again, you manage your pain there, okay? I don't know if you can hear my pops on the camera. I'm trying to talk over them. So just keep doing that for a moment. So when one leg is up, the other leg should get a bit of a stretch on, alright? So we're waking up the hip flexors, also getting a bit of a stretch on, okay? Good, well done. Okay, and then you lower the left leg down. You might want to readjust the foam roller just a little bit. So right leg up, left leg down. Just grasp hold of the knee, but just below the knee, okay? So just above the shin, just below the knee, okay? From there, you just want to pull your knee back towards your chest. And you should feel a stretch down the glute there on the right leg. But also you should feel a stretch on the left hip abductor there, just on the left hip, as it's just dangling there. You want to feel that stretch there too. And just stay here for a few breaths. Good, real feel. I mean, if you want to, you can just rock backwards and forwards using the foam roller just to increase that lengthening. Good. And then change legs. And same again. Try and bring that knee back towards your torso, letting this leg just relax there, letting the foam roller take the weight of it. Make sure you're stretching out your hips there. And just hold here for a few breaths. Now it's worth mentioning that foam roller choice. Especially for the slightly softer ones, because looking at doing a little bit of rolling and mobility. That's it. And pull it back a little bit further if you can. Increase that range of motion. Excellent, good, well done. Okay, just take both legs up. Remove the foam roller. Okay guys, well done. Okay, so we've only got one more left. So it's probably quite a quick class today. So we've got one more left, okay? And what we're going to be looking at we're going to be looking at rolling over the lat, but also the pectoral as well. So we're going to help out the shoulder massively. We're going to be rolling just a little bit, increasing that range of motion, but also trying to release just a little bit of tension in the lats there. So again, and on the pec. So again, really, really good for swimmers, really good for climbers, triathletes. Right, so just going to help out, work out the lats and also the pecs. Okay. So how we do this one is, okay, just want to have the foam roller across from you. Now this foam roller is a bit soft in the middle, so you want to find a reason. So if you're just similar, because if you do a lot of back rolling on it, you might find it a bit soft in the middle. So you want to try and find either end, so it's just a little bit stiffer. All I'm going to do, I'm going to lie down. So I'm just lying down. Okay, so my legs are nice and relaxed, alright? You really want to lie down so it's right on the lat, alright? So right down on the lat. And all we're going to do, I'm going to pull my arm back, so straight away I'm stretching out my chest. You can feel that stretch right across the chest. Good. And from there, just going to roll over to my hand, onto the pec a little bit. So just basically just lying down on the foam roller, applying a bit of pressure to the chest, the pecs. And from there, I want you to roll your hand back across the other hand. You should feel it in the lats here, and then back across, opening up the chest. Good. If you're not feeling it too much, when we go back across, you should feel it in the lats right up here. But if you're not, just roll it down a little bit, so you're working a different area. You might feel a bit more tension there. And same again. Pull your hand back along your arm, and then open up the chest. Lovely. And then back again. Rolling onto your chest. You should feel it in the lats here. So do one more this side. Open up that chest again. Good. And then back over. Rolling as we go. So what we're looking at doing is just increasing the mobility in our shoulders on here. You might have tight on the outside of the pectorals here, you might have tight lats, so it's really good to just roll it out. We're just going to do the other side now, okay? So same again. My left arm's going to be out this time. Just trying to find the lat. My lat where it's just a little bit tight and you see me, I'm going to pull my mat back a little bit. Good. So just try and find the lat where it's just a little bit tight, or just get on the lat just to increase the movement. And again, open up the chest, looking up to the ceiling, it should be right on the lat now. Open up the chest, slowly getting back towards the other side. Letting our hands meet, rolling onto our pec just a little bit of foam rolling on the pec. But if you find an area where it's like just a little bit tight, just give it a bit of a wiggle. And once from there, ride your hand back down your arm, across the chest, and then open up the chest, so a bit of a stretch up in the chest as well. Applying a little bit more pressure to the lat here, and then taking it back over. Good, you've got to feel it. Right about there. That's it. Good. And then same again. Open up the chest. Take it back. That's it. Feel that tension. Feel the pressure going through the lat there a little bit. And then back onto your chest. Again, I don't want you to have a pain threshold of a pain mark of about 5, okay? Last one. Rolling back. Take the arm across the chest and open up the chest just a little bit. Excellent. Good, well done guys, excellent. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that. I think it's nice and simple. The simplicity is key, because it's just going to help us function better. Less injuries, more mobility, and just helping us free up those joints, get just wherever we're tight, just loosening up just a little bit, okay? So any questions, just drop them in the messages below. I really hope you enjoyed the class. If you have any areas you really want to work on, let us know, or let me know, drop a message below, and I'll try and include a workout that suits the questions below, alright? Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.